AQA Religious Studies Crime and Punishment Revision Notes. Feel free to pause the video and make notes. I would advise that you download this video as an MP3 file and listen to it whenever you can. Make sure you understand what is being said. This is the most important thing. Causes of crime: jealousy, drugs, blackmail, revenge, state of mind, greed, and peer pressure. Social reasons: majority of young people in prison have been excluded from school. No money and little parental guidance, so they turn to crime. Crime is seen as exciting. Environmental reasons: times of unemployment leads to a rise in crime. Postcode wars: inadequate housing, overcrowding, and deprived background leads to a rise in crime. Psychological reasons: criminologists say the majority of people in prisons are suffering from mental illnesses or psychological issues. Human nature is selfish and greedy. Violence on TV influences people to copy it. Types of crime: rape, murder, arson, tax fraud, shoplifting, assault, terrorism, music piracy, vehicle theft, mugging, neglect of children, and committing a sin. Crime against a person is when you break a civil law, for example, stealing someone's belonging. Religious offense is an offense against religion, for example, blasphemy. Crime against property is when you do something against a property, for example, breaking in. Crime against the state is when you do something bad against the state, for example, selling secrets to another nation. Aims of punishment: for protection, keeping criminals locked up for the safety of the public, also for the protection of the criminal if it is felt that the society wants revenge. For retribution, a deserved punishment, doing the crime and doing the time. For deterrence, punishing a criminal often severely to stop others committing a similar or different crime. For vindication, punishing someone to show that justice has been done and all people are equal before the law and uphold the law. For reformation or rehabilitation, to reform or improve someone, to make a criminal a good person through counseling and other means. Disadvantages of prison: overcrowding, high suicide rates, prisoners' family suffers, keeping prisoners is expensive, and some people re-offend after being released. Types of punishment: community service, electronic tagging, fines, probation, and prison. Capital punishment. Reasons for capital punishments: criminals deserve to be punished. To make sure others do not commit the same crime, criminals must be punished to show that the law is right and to save the public from serious threats. Reasons against capital punishment: it is wrong to take a life, rehab may be better, only God can take life, and criminals may want forgiveness. Key words: capital punishment, death penalty, form of punishment in which a prisoner is put to death for crimes committed. Conscience, the inner feeling you are doing right or wrong. Crime, an offense that is punishable by law. Duty, a moral or legal obligation. Payroll, when a prisoner is released without having completed their sentence because they have behaved well and accepted guilt. Prison reform, a movement that tries to ensure offenders are treated humanely in prison. Probation, an alternative to prison where an offender has to meet regularly with a probation officer to ensure that they do not re-offend. Religious offense, an offense against religion, for example blasphemy or sacrilege. Reparation, an aim of punishment designed to help an offender to put something back into society. Responsibility, a duty to care for someone or something. Vindication, an aim of punishment that means offenders must be punished to show that the law is respected and right. Young offender, a person under 18 who has broken the law. Religious views on punishment. Buddhists believe in karma. It is not God's judging anyone or punishing people, but justice will happen through karma, in this life or the next. Hindus and Sikhs also believe in karma. They keep the law and religious duties. Muslims believe in law and order. They follow the Sharia law, the Quran, the Hadith, Islamic scholars, and any new law decided by Sharia judges. Only Allah can forgive a person for their sin. Christians believe that laws need to be upheld and offenders should receive both punishment and forgiveness. Biblical quotes on punishment. For Judaism, Deuteronomy chapter 16 verse 20, follow justice and justice alone, so that you may live and possess the land that the Lord your God is giving you. Amos chapter 5 verse 24, but let justice roll on like a river, righteousness like a never-failing stream. For Christianity, Luke chapter 17 verse 3-4, so watch yourselves. If your brother sins, rebuke, and if he repents, forgive him. Galatians chapter 6 verse 7, do not be deceived, God cannot be mocked. A man reaps what he sows. Religious views on capital punishment. Buddhist first moral precept is, I shall not harm any living thing. Hinduism believe in ahimsa, which means non-violence. Christianity is against capital punishment. In Genesis chapter 9 verse 6, it says, whoever sheds the blood of a man, by shall his blood be shed. And that's about it. I shall be doing about 3 more topics on RS, and in the meantime, good luck with your exams.